Yo, hey guys, good evening, and welcome to the AMA with Space Misfits. And together with Alexei, you also know him as Sarutobi, and together with Corpse City and Fallen Corpses, we're going to be interviewing Sam, of the CEO of Space Misfits. And yeah, so Sam, how are you doing? It's good to have you here, man.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the invite.
Awesome stuff, dude. Like, I've been seeing like you guys have been working on the project like day in and day out, and there's been a huge updates, and yeah, I'm just really excited, man, that you're here. So, Alexei, what are you up to?
Yeah, man, just doing, still managing to have a look at a load of projects. Really excited for the Rogue release on Space Misfits. Sam, I've been chatting to Sam there for a couple of months now, and I think as YGG, we're really excited to get into Space Misfits and watching the game develop.
Awesome, good stuff, dude. I guess we could start with the Q&As like right up front. Let's just jump right into it.
Awesome, yeah. So I mean, like I just mentioned there, like I think I've been lucky enough to be seeing what's going on with Space Misfits there for the last couple of months, but obviously just for the benefit of the YGG community, Sam, it'd be great to hear the elevator pitch for Space Misfits.
Yo, Sam, are you there? Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, the elevator pitch. I've been giving that to VCs and investors a lot lately. I'll give it to you guys. Space Misfits is a 3D blockchain space game, it's a space shooter. We're built on Enjin blockchain, and we're really taking advantage of the NFTs and putting the play to earn mechanics that are really becoming popular.
All right, I see. I mean, I've seen the game a couple of times. There've been a lot of streamers actually like trying out the game, and like I myself, I'm really curious, how the game's going to be unfolding in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. I mean, so Sam, how's the Rogue update going so far? Are there any new features that everyone could look forward to?
Yeah, Rogue is so much more than just new gameplay that we're launching. We have it's roguelike gameplay. If people are not familiar with that term, it's sort of a dungeon crawl in space. And so we're doing final testing. I was up to almost 4 a.m. 4 a.m. this morning, working with the devs and getting it launched. Where they went to sleep, but they're going to be getting up soon, and we're going to be releasing it to the public. It's a dungeon crawl in space. Would go. It's a maze. You have to go through and find your way through this thing. Go through different stargates, and find yourself getting deeper and deeper. And the rewards inside the levels get higher and higher until you face a boss cruiser, and you need to take the boss cruiser out. And there's containers you can collect drops. There's drops with NPCs that you kill, and you can collect drops. And obviously the cruiser boss will have a lot of NFT drops too. So what's cool about it is it's procedurally generated, and that was a big step forward for us because that allows us to create worlds within seconds, and we can create millions of solar systems with that engine now. So,
oh wow,
huge development for us, because this is the foundation of space business now. So when we expand our universe, we can develop millions of solar systems. So it's a big deal for us. We've got play to earn that's actually going to be getting unlocked with us dropping NFTs inside the dungeon. We have an NFT exchange. One of the biggest things with us is we're trying to build a blockchain with no barriers. We don't want people have to download a wallet. We want to attract really the blockchain gamer, but also the traditional gamer that wants to come out and play a really cool space game. So there's no wallet to play. There's absolutely no purchase required at all to play, and players can come and play to earn. And the in-game drops that they do make, they will just get onto our exchange to exchange it for an NFT. So if you do want to take advantage of play to earn, you will need to obviously download a wallet. But for most of the experience you can do without the wallet.
Oh yeah, I mean, related to that, are you going to be using the Enjin wallet as well, or do you guys have an independent wallet of your own? How does it work?
Yeah, we're using the Enjin wallet. Yep, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're using Enjin really just for the NFT technology in their wallet.
Yeah, I see. I mean, especially with the recent integration of JumpNet with most of the games. I mean, it made life much more easier for all the developers, and even us, even the players who are using the platform. So yeah, I mean, that's something that I'm happy about, because I've actually been also quite invested in Enjin, especially the games that they have. And yeah, so I have another question though. So since like how this game like really looks, it's pretty dope, dude. Like the aesthetic, like the concept and everything. So I'm thinking that you guys, the team that's working on this is pretty big. Could you tell us more about like the guys who you're working with this game, and how did this project come to fruition?
Yeah, I'll start with the origin story. It's funny. I retired from the Navy. I was a jet mechanic.
Oh wow!
And working on F-18s on a flight deck. And I love aeronautics. I love space. And a huge space gamer. I played every single space game possible. A lot of my time spent playing EVE Online, and I wanted to create a game. And I wanted to first learn how to develop a game. Then I realized there's no way I'm going to put the time and energy and effort into learning how to create a game. So I decided to just open a studio and find a developer and make a really simple space game. And then blockchain and NFTs like came into mind during that time. I was like, well, why don't we make a space game based on NFTs? And I got introduced to Enjin, and then things just took off. We did an NFT pre-sale in the beginning. We got the funding required. And we got a small team, and things really took off. We saw a lot of traction, a lot of players really interested in what we were building. And 2 years later, we've got a full multiplayer build with play to earn. So very excited. One of the biggest things for us is just developing a multiplayer game. That takes a lot. And it's also an FPS multiplayer game in space. A lot of development goes into that. As far as the team goes, we're 3 engineers strong with some concept artists and some 3D artists as well. We've got 2 full-time engineers and 1 contractor that helps us more on a contract basis. Mm-hmm. So pretty lean team, and we've been able to do a lot with really not a lot. So a lot of traction this year, especially as we roll Rogue out.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff, man. Like, even I, dude. Like, I've always wished that I knew how to, make my own games. I've had so many ideas, but then, like, I choose to stick to my strengths rather. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Alexei, like, do you have any questions for Sam?
Yeah, absolutely. So I suppose, like, you mentioned Enjin there. So what kind of really went into kind of choosing Enjin as a kind of partner, and what's the experience been like working with them? Would you recommend working with Enjin?
Yeah, absolutely working with Enjin. Their technology is super easy. I mean, when they switched over to JumpNet, within a week, we were on JumpNet and dropping NFTs in the game. So their technology really is easy to work with. I found them because they have an SDK on Unity. And so I was searching in the Unity store, and I just came across them. And so did more digging, and just, we applied for their what they call the Spark program, which is sort of an early adopter program. And so they provide marketing and things like that for us. But we needed to show them a game with Enjin integration. So we spent about a month really integrating Enjin and had a sort of an MVP, a viable product that we could show them. And we were accepted into their Spark program. So a lot of our success, our player base, really comes from them. So really appreciative of them, and it's been nothing but good. It's been nothing but good stuff working with them.
I see.
Awesome, man. And I mean, I think that it really appears like Enjin is becoming a pillar of the kind of blockchain gaming ecosystem. So it'll be good to hopefully see them kind of progress and improve as time goes on. And obviously JumpNet being a kind of much more kind of environmentally friendly solution on top of Ethereum is great to see lots of games adopting that as a solution as well.
Yeah, JumpNet's a game changer. I mean, we started airdrops again. We can do in-game drops without the gas fees, and that's a game changer. I mean, we can't do drops and have to pay a couple of dollars to do a drop to people. So the fact that we're on JumpNet and we're able to do it gasless and almost instantaneously is amazing.
Awesome stuff, dude. Yeah, I mean, I actually heard that the PvP arena mode is integrated with the Enjin blockchain directly. Can you tell me more about this?
Yeah, the arena, the Enjin itself, the framework is connected to Enjin. So the ships that you can play with are you have to own those blueprints. Later on, we're going to do more work. The arena is kind of sort of our MVP product right now. It's showing people the potential of it, but until we get a bigger team and more funding, we won't expand the arena. Our big focus is our PvE survival scene and rogue and all that. So, but yeah, the arena is one-on-one arena. We're going to be doing esports events and things like that in the future. So. We'll be putting more time, energy, and effort into the arena because it's a controlled PvP, and we've seen other PvP games that roll out a little too early, and you get a lot of trollers and things like that that really kind of ruin the game. So the arena is a great way to PvP in a controlled manner until later on when we open up open PvP in our current build.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I think you just touched like one of my questions like for later. But since like while we're at it, so what's in layman's terms for a newbie? What's the main difference of your PvP features from PvE aside from battling other players as well?
Yeah, well, the arena itself, the PvP is a 3-round map, so you can go in with somebody else, 3 rounds, and that's it. It can support multiple players, so you can go 2-on-2, 5-on-5, and kind of create a more intense battle with each other. But yeah, that's just something that's sort of I wouldn't call it. It's not on the back burner. It's kind of on the shelf right now that we have the arena. But yeah, we'll be expanding that in the future.
I mean, so is it usable right now? Like, I mean, if I go in game, can I try out the the arena mode? Is it active?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's 2 game modes you can play: the PvP arena, and then there is the survival mode. Right now, we call it, or now it's called Rogue. So,
all right, that's cool. Like, I definitely want to try that out. I mean, for sure. Like, the community here, like, we often do tryout games like together, like on Sundays. Like, we just like come together and like check out the latest games that we've found out about, and like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be trying out the game, and I know a lot of people right here who are pretty interested in getting on Space Misfits. So I mean, sorry, I was just going to ask, will Space Misfits have their own token? Is that a thing that you guys are thinking about?
Yeah, we got our own ERC20 token called the SMC. It's already been minted, and a small portion of that has been distributed to early adopters, but we've got a big distribution, and our distribution model really is mostly going to play to earn. So our tokenomics portion of our white paper kind of describes the distribution on it, but we've got a small token sale, a public sale that we'll do probably next year. Well, we won't do that till we can provide some liquidity in the coin. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I would just agreeing to you, because I mean we have some people in Discord who's been wanting to ask. So like, there you go, guys. Now you know when.
Yeah, we'll do a public sale. We don't have it really scheduled. We don't know exactly when. We want to provide some liquidity behind it before we do that. We want to provide also the play to earn aspect of actually dropping it. One thing about us is I keep going back to the fact that you don't need a wallet. So we're building and releasing this month. You're going to take your in-game currency, which we call bits. That's what you use to buy ships in the marketplace and all that. But we're going to have an exchange so players can exchange their bits for our SMC token. So we're going to have our own little player market where the price is determined on in the game itself. So that's how players will be able to acquire our ERC20 token, by using the bits in the SMC exchange.
I see. I mean, related to play to earn in blockchain, I think Alexei has a good question for you.
Yeah, I suppose, obviously what's always key for us is understanding, as a play to earn blockchain gaming guild, like how can the community kind of get in and start earning from playing Space Misfits?
Yeah, so the core is blueprints. So if you own a blueprint, you can build a ship in the game. These ships can be sold for bits. So the more blueprints you own, the more ships you can build that you could turn around and sell in the market and then liquidate your bits that you earn in the game for SMC. So that's the earning mechanic. We will be distributing our ERC20 token for events and things like that as well, because we don't have a whole lot of them distributed right now. But there will be a distribution, especially heavy the first year, to get our token out. But the play to earn aspect really is earning bits so you can convert them over to SMC.
When I hear SMC, I often just think of Space Marine Corps.
Yeah, it's actually funny. It's basically space crowns. We're calling them space crowns. So that's the term for our SMC token, but the acronym is a little misleading.
Yeah, I guess I have a follow-up question to that. So right now, how can we potentially earn from playing the game, like in general, aside from like having the blueprints and building the spaceships? Like, what's the concept of getting my money from the game?
Yeah, we've got besides the ERC20 token, besides the bits exchanging, we've also got specific fungible tokens that you can earn. So one of them is the idea of company shares. Think of it sort of as a traditional company. You own shares in a traditional company. Say you own shares in Nike, you get dividends from Nike, from their revenue. Now we're bringing that into the game. So now you own company shares for the refueling company. So players go into the station, they refuel their ships, and in return, they get bits back. Those company shares are being distributed inside Rogue. So we sold them. We did a small public sale on just one company. We sold within 24 hours. We sold about 36% of that. The rest of that distribution is going to be play to earn. So currently they're selling for about $2 to $3. So every time you pick up a company share, you can liquidate and sell that company share, or you can hold it and collect bits in the future once we implement that. So that's just one of many fungible tokens that you can earn. Another token is called telemetry. And think of this as sort of experience points or knowledge that you need to build ships in our game. In order for you to become a better builder in our game, in order for you to unlock higher levels in ships, you need telemetry, and you need a lot of it. Telemetry is collected inside Rogue as well. It's a fungible token. And people in the Forge who are building need it. So that's another fungible token that you can hold as a Forge builder, or you can sell on the NFT marketplace. So that's just one of just a couple drops that you have, besides just earning bits and exchanging it as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool though. Like, I mean, because like usually blockchain games, like it's like pretty straightforward. Like you farm this token and then you can exchange it after. So like technically, Space Misfits gives the players different ways to earn, and like it also, like, I guess it also like depends on what you want to pursue in game. If you're gonna be like like a shipbuilder, like or a blueprint collector, and yeah, I mean at least it gives like everyone options, and like it's it basically just tells us like that the game, has a lot of plans and has a lot of is very friendly to those who are looking forward to the play learn aspect of it, and I mean that's a really good thing. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
All right. So aside from it being, related to what we were talking about, aside from it being a space shooting game, what other features does the game have that we haven't, taken up yet? That gives it a new flavor of genre. Like, what other genres is the game fall under technically?
Well, it's definitely it's a massive multiplayer. You can consider an RPG with our story and all that. That's being built. The biggest thing is it's really a player-driven story. We're holding events that players are participating in and driving the story. So I would say we're really close with the community. The events that we've ran have been very successful, and they are basically just driving the story. So as we progress and we hold more and more events, players will be really just kind of driving that story along and participating in the lore. They're not just reading the lore, but they're participating in it. We're also low poly. We're not Star Citizen. We're not a space simulator. We're sort of a retro arcade style 3D space shooter. So we're definitely separating ourselves from that. We want to make Space Misfits really fun and exciting to play, to fight, to dogfight, and things like that as well. And then we're pretty casual. Like Rogue itself, there's no lobbies. You don't need to form up with anybody before you go in. It's a casual multiplayer, so you can jump in if you want. If you want to go in a group, you have to time it and go in all together, and you can play together. So other people can join behind you, and so it's a very casual multiplayer experience. So we've definitely got some differences when it comes to us, and yeah, that's it.
You touched on something quite interesting there about the kind of casual nature of the game. But I'd also be interested to know, obviously because of large guilds, do you think would be a way of allowing for kind of mass kind of a guild mechanics to operate within the game as well?
Yeah, we want Space Misfits to be very social. We'll be working on the chat and voice chat and things like that. We want guilds to be working together to earn together. We've already got guilds forming that already are playing together. They're supporting each other while other people are mining, and so we do want to create that cooperative play. We will have open PvP in the future early next year. So there's going to be a lot of that as well. We're going to have basically we have a new starter ship, a mining ship coming out, and this thing has no defenses. So in order for you to mine a lot of asteroids, you need to form up with other people to collect asteroids and to mine more effectively. So it's going to be a very cooperative gameplay that you can either go in by yourself or you can play with others.
Yeah, that sounds really awesome. I love the sound of that mechanic as well, and it's interesting that you're kind of taking the kind of pretty brave approach, which I think is also quite sensible. Of you kind of know where you want to fit in. You're going for the kind of low poly. You're not necessarily kind of trying to bite off more than you can chew. And I think there's obviously a lot of projects out there that are trying to go for high resolution graphics and these kinds of things. And that's great. And I wish projects like that all the best. But from a developer standpoint, it's a big task. And I think that if you guys can just create a really enjoyable game, that's actually I think a really good, goal, rather than necessarily kind of giving yourself a challenge of saying, okay, well, this needs to be AAA graphics across the board. It makes your lives a bit considerably easier, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we're coming out with a really cool, I just said a starter ship, it's a mining ship. Turnaround time to get it from a concept to a 3D model to launch in the game is within weeks with low poly. So it's incredible, but you can make low poly look beautiful too. The things you can do with lighting inside Unity to make low poly look really, really good, you can do that. And, you can always step up. You can always go higher poly later. So it's not like we're stuck on this low poly feel. We can completely go higher poly in the future. So it's just right now, we're an indie studio, we're a small team. We don't have the funding to spend months on end designing and developing chips that require high poly development and design. So yeah, we've gone with low poly.
I think that sounds like a pretty smart strategy. I mean, I suppose that leads me on to another question. As of right now, is the game just on desktop, or do you have any plans to go onto mobile? A lot of our community are kind of mobile centric, so that would be a great thing to hear a little bit about.
Yeah, this Space Misfits will fit really nicely on a phone. I've said it, but we're built on Unity, and so that provides us to launch pretty easily on other platforms. So we definitely have that in the future in the back of our mind. Having said that, having a mobile game requires a lot more QA and testing. So because you have multiple platforms. So until we get a bigger team, we'll keep developing for PC only. And then in the future, when we expand the team and have the resources, we'll be able to go mobile.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah, on my end, like how I see it also, Alexei, is I'd rather have a game that's AAA in gameplay, you know what I'm saying, than, AAA in graphics. Because for me, graphics would be always like secondary. Like same, like for example, like Axie, I mean, the gameplay is there 100%. And I think that should be one of the main focus of any upcoming blockchain games out there. Like you have the gameplay first, and then definitely, like regardless, you could update the graphics later on maybe. And I mean the people will follow definitely if the gameplay is 100% there. Yeah, I mean, good stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rogue brings a huge leap forward in our gameplay where we have a mining zone. Players will be able to mine bits and mine asteroids, and they'll be able to start building ships or specific ships you need to really enter Rogue and go through it effectively. And so then that's when the rewards really will start to come. So it's really fun gameplay. Some levels you need to go in, you need to clear it. So you'll be facing 10 to 15 NPC that you need to clear. Others you need to crack codes inside. So others you need to survive. You'll have 60 NPCs around you, and you need to go hide behind an asteroid and survive for a certain amount of time before you can go through, and they'll all walk away. So it's pretty cool gameplay. Everyone wants play to earn. Everybody wants to earn in the game. And so we're finally kind of in that place. We ran events where it was technically play to earn, but it's manual drops. Like we're sending things based on leaderboard. But now we're stepping it up where we're able to have a cycle of play to earn, so people can really just kind of play in and play a really cool space game and earn.
Yeah, I mean, Sam, you mentioned the leaderboard. So like for me, I'm still planning to get into the game, and like for a couple of people here in the AMA right now, could you like give me just like a quick a step-by-step process, like maybe in just a simplified version of what I have to do, to start and work my way to the leaderboards. What are like the basic 3 to 5 steps maybe that I have to do?
Yeah, all the leaderboards that we had before were all event-based. So those leaderboards go active when we're running events, and you need to do certain things. Like you need to kill a certain amount of NPCs, or you need to collect a certain drop. So those were those leaderboards before. Inside Rogue, there's no leaderboards currently. It's just that play to earn mechanic. We are going to be running events inside Rogue where we'll have leaderboards, but those leaderboards are more for event-based rather than kind of ongoing leaderboards. So if we want to track certain drops and reward people on the leaderboard who collect the most drops, that's what the leaderboards are for.
Oh, all right, I see. Well, how about for let's say on a regular basis? Like I want to get started. I want to start earning with a game. So when I launch the game, what do I look forward to? What's the very first thing that I have to do, and then after that?
Yeah, you start with what we call the no hug ship. It's the basic starter ship, and so you jump there. You talk to what we call a space agent. Space agent's like a traffic controller. They tell you where you can and can't go. So you talk to the space agent, and you launch in the station, and you can go out and kill NPCs and mine asteroids. And you work your way up to the next ship, which is called Striker. Striker is a little more advanced. It can survive. There's modules inside that help your gameplay improve. And then finally, you can work yourself up to a Death Kiss, which is right now currently our best ship right now. And the Death Kiss is really the ship you really want to take inside Rogue. So you really want to grind your way through inside the mining zone, collecting bits and building ships to have enough ships to go through Rogue. Because in Rogue, you're going to die a lot.
All right.
And you're going to start again. So Rogue gets really tough, and there's unlimited amount of levels that you can go through. And every time you go through a different level, things get more increasingly difficult, but the rewards get even better. So
I see. And you could do this free to play, or do we have to get a battle pass or like a starter ship that we have to buy?
Yeah, it's completely not play to free. It's a completely free game to play. So no blueprint requirements at all. We did lock the forge where you needed to own a blueprint, but we saw the blueprint prices were nearly $700.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so we're like we're going to unlock it for everybody. So anyone can come and play the game. Later on, when we come out with the player market, we're going to lock the forge. So you need to have blueprints to build, but you'll be able to buy these ships by buying them in the game with in-game currency that you're earning. So
I see. That's really cool. So yeah, you guys, like everyone who's asking about it. So like I think right now is a good time to try it. And like, as more people come on, like it's always going to be a good thing that you're going to be one of the first people like playing the game for sure. And especially like with a game like Space Misfits, they're working day in and day out for it. And yeah, I mean, the community is always going to be here, like we're going to be trying out the game together. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Alexei? Sarutobi, are you there?
Oh yeah, sorry, I just had a
Right.
Another kind of question that springs to mind, and something that always kind of really that I love so much about blockchain games is the ability for blockchain games to kind of have assets that work on multiple platforms. Is kind of partnerships with other games something you've looked at in terms of like having maybe joint events or assets that kind of work in multiple platforms? Is that something you've looked at yet?
Yeah, there's a couple of Enjin games we've talked about. One of them is Nine Lives Arena, and they have an incredible game, incredible community, and they have a thing called an Oogie, which is sort of like a helper inside your game. And so it's like this little creature. It's kind of a cute little creature they have, and so we want to put that Oogie inside our game. So we were talking to Nine Lives Arena about getting. We have what we call clones. They help you inside your ship. So it's a perfect item. It's a perfect multiverse item because Oogie in their game helps you inside. And so in this, we would launch it, have a Oogie clone that will help you in your ship and provide certain roles inside your ship that you can do. So. Yeah, tons of opportunity for multiverse. We're working with another game called Tokenomics, and they have another character that we'll be introducing as a clone. So a lot of opportunity to work with teams because we're a space game. We're kind of limited. Like, we can't take a Lost Relic sword and implement it inside our game. Yeah. So we have to be creative. There's a lot of Enjin multiverse items that we can implement too. Some of them can be turned into ship skins. So like they have a shield that could probably be turned into a ship skin instead. So that we can get creative with it as well and have multiverse items inside.
Yeah, I'm always so excited to kind of see that kind of stuff happening. I think it's a huge differentiator between like the traditional gaming industry and the blockchain gaming industry is to see these assets and items that can exist in multiple platforms.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. I think all the blockchain games should definitely have that feature because, like, I mean, that's for me, that's really the essence. Aside from the play to earn aspect, and yeah, I really think that there are going to be like other games, like definitely in the future, that's going to be, like going to be working with you guys. Like I see it happening, and I mean, another feature that I want to get into is the land play concept. How does it? I mean, I think that you guys have owning planets as your land play system, right? How does it work?
Yeah, we're going to roll things out really slowly. Well, I don't want to say slowly. That just pisses people off. But for now, you can own a planet outpost. It's basically a refueling station. So refuel is going to be coming from these planet outposts. So if you own a planet outpost, you'll be providing fuel to stations which get turned around and sell. So you'll be earning in-game money on the fuel that you're providing to the station. Eventually, there'll be planetary interactions in the outpost. So you get to manage and do certain tasks in the outpost. And there's nothing stopping us from taking that step further and doing more planetary interactions where you could be collecting water or not asteroids, but rocks and minerals and things like that to take to the station to sell. So there's a lot we can do. The world's our oyster with a space game. You can do so much with it. I try to be cautious on what I say because those are huge scopes that you're adding to the game. So we like to start small and go out in phases. So we do have the planet outpost. They will provide fuel. There'll be a management window where you'll manage your outpost and you have your own little mini game once you own that token. So and so that's just one of ways. If you work your way up and you sell enough bits, you can buy yourself a planet outpost and provide fuel to players. So that's just one of many ways to really to earn in our game and kind of work yourself up into the game.
I see. That's really cool, though. I mean, it's something that definitely we should be looking at in the near future. I guess we're down to our few questions before we turn over the stage to our community head moderators. One last thing for me, before you go, I've seen. I mean, with what you're doing right now, are you guys hiring? Are you looking for new talent? What opportunities are there for the community? To be involved with the Space Misfits development in general. And aside from AI level IQ, what are you looking for?
We if anything, we need some community managers. We need more people. We need community managers with different languages that can speak different languages, so we can open up the community to. So we have right now currently a Brazilian chat group, a Spanish chat group. But we would love more community managers. As far as hiring goes, we've taken some of our part-time employees and taken them full-time, and then we're going to sourcing some developers with specific experiences to help us with web development and other services outside the game. So we are actively searching for people to help us build this game, and then along with that, community managers too as well to help us with the community.
All right, I see. That's awesome. So, you guys, you heard it from Sam himself. If you guys, are interested in the game, then I definitely, recommend you guys, hanging out, learning more about the game, trying it out, making friends in the community. Because, it's actually, something that we might be playing as a YGG, full-time later on. Alexei, do you have any stuff to add before we turn over the stage to Fallen Corpses in Corp City?
No, I think I'm definitely a big fan of Space Misfits. Really looking forward to kind of getting my teeth into this and exploring the world and exploring space a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't mind sharing a space cabin with you, in your spaceship, Alexei. Let's see. Corp City, Fallen Corpses. Are you guys there?
I'm here. What's up?
Hey, man. So, go for it.
One of my personal questions actually was going to be, do you have any, plans for possibly base building in the future?
See, this is, if I say that, then people expect it, right? So, the planetary interaction, there's so much you can do with that. I mean, there's so many ways we can do it. I envision years down the road where we can have something like that, especially public spaces for guilds to hang out in. So I've mentioned we want this to be a very social game. So I would love to have bases where, you can collect specific minerals and resources and things like that are owned by guilds and things like that. Because we are low poly, it's so easy to get these kind of things up and running. We just need that gameplay. So our next major release, we call it Habitats, and that provides really an expanded world where you'll be able to travel into different solar systems and things like that. That engine and that framework will provide us the base basically to do things like that. So it's definitely on our mind. That's something that would be really, really cool to have, especially on the planets. Guilds owning their own space stations and things like that is something that we want to do. So yeah, you just gotta be careful what you say you're gonna do. Then they're gonna ask when is it launching. So
yeah, you don't want to make empty promises, but it's nice to know that it's on your mind, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just got to scroll up here and then find one of the questions that somebody had asked.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to shoot your questions while we're at it. While we have Sam here with us, it's best to hear it from the CMO himself. So take advantage of the time. I really suggest. Okay, I'm gonna be scrolling through general while Fallen Corpses is. I'm gonna be asking you the questions, right?
So we have another one here. Somebody's asking, are you going to take the No Man's Sky route? I don't really know what kind of question that is there. Maybe you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I've been so busy. I don't get a chance to play a lot of games. We have streamers now streaming our game, and I get to watch them play other games while they're streaming, and I talk with the community too as well. I'm not sure exactly what route No Man's Sky is doing. They do have procedurally generated planets, which is similar to our roguelike gameplay in our engine, where worlds can be created. So that's interesting. I'm wondering if he is mentioning, or maybe he's talking about their planetary interaction, where you can do certain things there. But you could consider us, I wouldn't say a copy or a clone, but taking some inspiration from No Man's Sky. They got a great game, and they got a massive world. So there's concepts that we can take from traditional games like that and put it inside Space Misfits.
For sure. We got another one here. Somebody's asking if you have plans to deploy your token onto, bridge it, I guess, onto other blockchains or stuff. If people wanted to exchange it like Ethereum or Binance or Chain.
Yeah, I think we're going to start with decentralized exchanges. We're talking to a few companies to provide us that service. We're also talking to some Ethereum companies to provide us with solutions for Ethereum gas prices. So just like we moved to JumpNet, we're looking at options to move our ERC20 token into a bridge that will allow us to use their services and provide gas-free transactions with our token. So, and then we can do swaps from there. So yeah, we definitely want to have that. We're more focused and have been more focused on the fungible token and the non-fungible token. But as far as our ERC20 token goes, we definitely have plans in the future because that's going to be our whole play to earn concept too. So it definitely needs to be onto an exchange. It needs to be able to be liquidated. So certainly plans for that.
Yeah, I just want to jump in real quick. I think this is one of your questions, Corpse. So games usually use aesthetic, like skins, as a way to monetize the game. Is this something that you guys will be doing, or is it something that's already implemented? Can I change the color of the engines or the decals? Is that a thing?
Yeah, we did hand out some skins in the beginning. It's something we're going to be able to do. People will be able to modify their ships. We do want to do seasonal passes where we'll come out with a collection of skins and things like that players can have based on the pass they have. So it's definitely something in the future. Our next major release in Habitats will provide that customization on ships and your character customization right now, because everybody right now runs around as the same character.
Yeah.
So
that would be cool.
so
Yeah.
we'll have character customizations and stuff like that in our next full release.
Yeah, maybe like some Among Us, like, jumpsuits looking skins in the near future.
Yeah, exactly.
We got another question here, if that's okay. Will there be a scarcity on resources? If so, will this affect new player experience?
It sounds like a balanced economy question. With anything with balancing, we have dashboards that's going to monitor everything. So if there's any hint of poor user experience, especially from new players, we'll pull levers to fix that. So obviously, we want players to be able to earn their way up. We don't want players to be able to jump into the best ship within hours. We want players to grind, and it's going to be some work to get there. But I think the important part is everything that you can do in the game can be earned as well. So you may not be able to afford a space station. They're going for like $10,000 on the marketplace right now. We have no control over the price. We originally sold them for much less than that. But over time, you can earn your way up to owning a space station. So, but as a new player, if there's experiences where the grind is too tough, or they're just not getting anywhere, that's something that we will balance.
Yeah, I see. I mean, that's really like one of the big things that games usually have to prioritize. Like, in my opinion, like having new players that are coming in, have the same leverage as the ones who've been playing it quite a while, and I think that's also going to be like one of the steps how a good game is going to be like unfolding, like who's going to be staying in the game for a really long time, like just having the constant inflow of new players who don't feel that they're going to be overpowered by the veterans in the game.
Yeah, you need to. I know of specific games that have a hard time with new player experience, and so it's so important for game growth. That new player experience is such an important metric. Seeing how long that new player actually plays your game, that's something that you really need to watch inside your game. So I completely agree. That new player experience needs to be awesome because we need to get them hooked and playing the game. So that's definitely something that you really need to keep in mind, is how that new player is experiencing your game.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Yeah, so guys, we have about 7 minutes before the AMA ends. So if you guys have any more questions, like, make sure to either send me a message or leave it in general. I know like there's a lot of stuff going on now in general chat, like all the hype that's happening right now. So I mean, make sure to get in the important questions like as soon as possible while we have Sam with us right now.
We've got a lot of people asking. Will there be a chance or in the future companions?
Oh, that's a really good question. That's something we haven't covered. We have already built sort of a wingman feature. So if you're a solo player and you enjoy playing solo, you can have a wingman next to you. So say you're in a mining ship and you want to mine asteroids, but you are a solo player. You can hire a wingman to come fly a fighter with you and protect you while you're mining. So yeah, there is this wingman feature that you'll have. You'll also have the ability to manage your clones inside your system. Clones will be able to do certain things and improve your gameplay. But we do have this wingman feature that will be launching in Habitats, our next major release.
Yeah, just bridging on from that, Sam. Could you give us a bit of information on the roadmap that's happening this year for Space Misfits?
Yeah, so Rogue is being released today. So we'll have Rogue released today. After this call, my devs are getting up and they're
nice.
They're still asleep. I worked them really late last night. And and then our next major release is called Habitats, and that's when we'll expand the world. But Rogue, to go back on Rogue will be a player market, so players can trade amongst each other. We'll have the NFT exchange where players can earn in-game drops, exchange those drops for NFTs. We'll have our bits and ERC20 exchange, so players can earn in-game currency and liquidate that through our ERC20 token. We talked about telemetry, that experience and play points for building in the Forge. Telemetry is being released this month as well. July is a release packed month where we've built basically everything. We just have to do some UI and UX design on certain things and release. So July is going to be huge for us. And then once July is over, we basically got Rogue done, fully tested. We'll get into the Habitats development, which expands the worlds, releases more chips and more items in the game that we've sold and things like that. So.
Oh yeah, I just want to add to that. Yeah, I mean, since like what's going to be released with the Rogue like today, it's more catered to the community market, to the community economy, basically. So me as a player, if I'm not a free to play player and I wanted to support the game in itself, like are there any like how do you call it, like booster packs or treasure chests that directly is released by Space Misfits? Is there such a thing?
We had a starter pack, but that sold out really quick. Our blueprints are very low supply. Some of our blueprints only have about 100 supply, and that's it. So only 100 builders in the game building a specific ship. Later on, we're going to introduce new ships with higher supply numbers, but again, there's nothing that you need to buy to play the game. But if you want to support the game and the developers and our company, you can pick yourself up some blueprints and things like that. So. And then eventually we'll have subscription models and things like that will provide you with certain aesthetic changes and other in-game enhancements. And then just keep an eye out. We did a very successful company share launch about 3 weeks ago. We sold out in 24 hours.
Oh wow!
Selling shares. We were selling those shares for 40 cents. They're now selling on the Enjin marketplace for $3. So. Just keep an eye on our chat. We'll have another company sale. So if people want to take advantage and pick up a couple of shares for a few dollars, they can.
Good stuff, dude. Like, yeah, I mean, that's really awesome. I mean, definitely if the game, it's something that people would easily like fall in love with. Like I see why people shouldn't be like supporting the game directly, aside from like using buying other items from other players. I mean, that's a good feature. I'm looking forward specifically to the subscription model, maybe like the battle pass feature. Yeah, that's definitely like something I personally would would get into. Kev, do you have more questions before we go?
We got one more. Essentially, somebody's asking, will there be a limit on like mining zones per day? Again, it's another balance question, I guess.
Well, we have no limit right now on the mining that you can do. We have no limit on the amount of ships you can build. Right now, you can. If I were you right now, I would mine as much and build as many ships as you can, because you don't even need a blueprint right now to do that. You will have to have a blueprint in the future to build ships and to sell them on the marketplace, and take advantage of it right now. And also take advantage of Rogue, because we're dropping company shares inside the game. So we'll have a high distribution of these company shares to really get a lot of people to come in and play Rogue. So there's a lot of play to earn advantages right now, especially if you jump in now early, because we are doing a lot to incentivize that early player to come in and play right now.
I mean, yeah, that's good stuff, dude. Like I myself, like I'd probably like hop on the game, like maybe like after the call and check it out, like for sure. Alexei, do you have any last questions for Sam before we go?
I suppose the last thing I can say, which is quite an exciting little thing, is that because I've been speaking to Sam for a while. I'll be excited to announce that there will be a number of kind of pimped out Space Misfits accounts available for some lucky players. I hope that's okay to announce that, Sam. And we're looking to hand those out to a few lucky community members and start the YGG Guild presence in Space Misfits. So thanks, Sam, for kind of helping us out there with the accounts, and we're really looking forward to kind of getting very involved as a guild in Space Misfits.
Yeah, I absolutely love what you guys did. You guys, when you told me what you guys do, it's amazing because play to earn is gonna change people's lives. The ability to earn in a game, especially in countries where wages are difficult, that right there is my motivation. You know, we can if people can earn hundreds of dollars a month play the game. I mean, that literally changes lives. So big motivation there in our development and what we're doing, and just the whole play to earn aspect of it is a huge driving force for our company and what we're doing, because we truly believe that we can change lives by introducing play to earn for people.
Awesome, man. I think I can speak for all of us here that we're all really looking forward to seeing how things develop.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your time. Thanks for this AMA. I don't do a lot of AMAs. We have our head down and we're developing our game, but would love the opportunity to jump on again as we continue to update and release and keep communicating with your community.
Looks like we already have a bunch of people hopping into the game.
Yeah, my server admin isn't awake. I don't. We just released this new download, so I'm hoping there's no major issues.
I'm gonna be downloading the game like right now. I guess it's because everyone like heard about like the pimped out, YGG features that Sam has for us. So I mean, yeah. So guys, we're gonna be creating our specific Space Misfits channel, so that we could start our conversations there for everyone who's gonna be getting into the game. Oh, there you go. Awesome, dude. Looking forward to like everyone. Like I'm gonna be seeing all of you guys in game for sure. I guess we're good. That wraps it up. And thank you so much, Sam, for sharing your time with us. Like we've gotten like so much like insightful information. We're really pumped up about the game, and we're looking forward to playing the game. We're looking forward to the Rogue update and everything that's in store. Do you have any? What are the best ways to get news from Space Misfits before we go?
Yeah, we stay very active in Telegram and Discord. So, and then if you do sign up, we have an email newsletter too that announces things like that too. So, expect some pretty intense activity this next couple of months as we're going to be holding a lot of events. A lot of play to earn events. We're going to be keeping people busy because we need to get into habitats now. So our next major release. So things aren't stopping. We're going to keep people busy, really busy with Rogue. We'll have a lot of events that we'll be running inside there, and then we'll be releasing habitats.
Well, yeah, guys, you've heard it right from the man himself, Sam Stebbins, the CEO of Space Misfits. And once again, my name is John SEDANO, Community Marketing Manager, and together with me is Sarutobi, and we also have Corp City and Fallen Corpses. And on behalf of YGG, like Sam, it's been really good to be talking to you tonight. And yeah, we hope to see you in game. Cheers, man.
Yeah, thank you.